What's up, YouTube? Today we're looking again at the One Trip from Black Triangle. They are kind of like other companies like Revenant Core that make the G10 stuff primarily. I've not picked up that stuff yet, but for non-permissive environs, I think it would be hard to beat. They look pretty deadly. I mean, I feel like it would suffice. But if we're looking at these, this is the glow in the dark version. They don't glow super duper bright, but that's kind of the nature of the beast. You're not always going to get the brightest glow. This is a Lincoln style, meaning there's a brace, there's a, I don't know what this would be called, but it has the one post. This is a 2-finger knuckle. I find them to fall in the hand pretty well like this. Like this, I mean, you're just not going to be able to do it like this, way up here. So they would fit bigger hands decently, I think, unless your fingers are super ginormous, which I have a couple of friends who have really, really big sausage fingers. They can't get these on. But the average person is definitely going to be okay. One thing I'm interested in is how much this weighs, because these have kind of become not very much, especially when you consider that this is a part of it. Let's see if I can get it without that. 1 ounce, probably less than 1 ounce. These have kind of become like a go-to as far as like, oh, I'm going for a jog, but I don't want to throw in a full 4-finger knuckle, or I am not, like I'm going wherever and I'm wearing gym shorts, or I'm going wherever and this is in my coat pocket. They're so light and they're very compact. There's no edges to hook on. The One Trip is because there are these weird grocery things. If you look them up, you'll find them. They're like grocery carriers, and you can hook bags to them. And some of them do bear striking resemblance to knuckles being held the wrong way. These are obviously Knox. I just think that, if these, you obviously keep having to say this, and I'm probably going to keep saying it just because I think it's worth bringing up. You really need to look into your local laws. You need to figure out what's going on. If your state is constitutional carry, you should be 100% good to go. However, read about it, be sure, be certain. And then on top of that, I would encourage you to go and get a weapons permit. They're not that hard to get a hold of. If you got an honorable discharge, you're probably going to get one, no problem. If you've not been in the military, you may have to take a little class. And the class, they're going to be like, don't do this, don't do that. But the bottom line is that these should only be used in times of dire need and self-defense. Like, these are not things to play around with, really. And but I just think that there's a lot to be said. I mean, these were only like $25-ish. They are not expensive at all. They come in different colors. Pretty straightforward stuff. I've not had any issues. Like, they haven't cracked or anything. They're still good to go. I've punched a couple of things. Nothing crazy or super hard. Just to test them a little bit. But yeah, I just wanted to throw them back up because I've been carrying them off and on. They've been in the rotation, so to speak. And as far as super light, ultra light TFKs go, 2-finger knucks, I think that this is really something good, right? I think this is positive. It's just good to go. And I want to give credit where it's due. I want to get it back on the channel, talk a little bit about, like I'm doing now. Because I was thinking the other day, maybe I could jog with aluminum knocks. And because, okay, so where I jog, story time, real quick. It'll be short. Where I jog is right by a river. I'm not going to say what river, but it's right by a river. And some people live in the woods because they're homeless. And there are other circumstances that makes it, make a little bit more sense that the homeless live there. But bottom line, Like, I'm not alone ever out on this trail. And I know that. And I jog a lot at night. You know, when it gets colder, I won't be able to, but and the homeless folks, they know me. Not as far as like what's my name, but they see my silhouette at night. They know what's going on. They know I'm out for a jog. So they don't really pay me much mind, honestly. But, you know, I know that some of them, whether it was hard times drove them to addiction, or addiction drove them to hard times, I don't know. I don't know that. But I know that some of them are out doing stuff that's not the best. And I need to be able to protect myself. Not just that, but like people, they have these dogs. I live kind of in the hood, but they have, they get these dogs that they really can't control. Then they don't train them. Then they don't put them on a leash. And if a dog lashes onto me, I want to be able to fend it off in a way that it's not going to come back. I don't think I would have to hurt it real bad. But dogs know that our hands aren't super hard. I feel like if I were to punch a dog with this, they would leave me alone. If it was attached to my arm or something. Anyway, so yeah, I think it's a good piece of gear. The glowing part, I don't actually think these glow enough to suggest that people get the glowing and the dark stuff. There's no offense to this maker or this product. That's just me. If you can't get a hold of a glow-in-the-dark one, I wouldn't worry about it. I would just grab one, maybe a black one, maybe a multicolor one. I don't know. I don't know what I would be doing. But that's what's up. And if you really, really wanted to, you can make, if you put these in a vise, okay, listen, don't break them, okay? If you put them in a vise and you were real careful and you didn't just break them and crack them, you could get a file and gently file. It would take a while and you would have to be pretty steady-handed, but you could get like a pretty good stripe type thing. And it would make them even more formidable because it would grip and pull and tear the skin. But is that really, is it worth it? You potentially might break it, like, also if you do hit somebody and, they're like, of course he meant to hurt me. He even modified the weapon. You just gotta be smart and gotta weigh out your options. I just think though, that as far as something, I'm gonna put the link down below for these. As far as Nux, because people are always like, how do I get a hold of them? What do I do? And I will say some makers are more accessible than others. But this maker, you can buy them off the website. If you go there and they're not there, bookmark it, come back to it if you want a pair. Or one. I think it'll also make a great gift. It's a useful thing. And I think it makes sense to want to protect your hand from the world. This one, I would say, although you're definitely going to make an impact, it's going to be an impact weapon. Honestly, when I wear stuff like this, or when I carry it, like, it's not metal, this is plastic, although, it's still going to do stuff. It's still going to break bone, probably. These are more to protect my hand, to be honest. But yeah. That's about all she wrote for this one. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. Hope you folks have a good rest of your day. Bye now.